We focus on all of the different ways that digital technology have transformed what it looks like to manage a brand, and in particular thinking about what it looks like when you are responsible for kind of shepherding a brand in contemporary culture in ways that require you to manage new sets of social relationships that previously you were not responsible for dealing with. So you no longer are just a marketing agent, you're a community manager. And what does that look like in a kind of professional practice environment? So the course structure is very straightforward. We basically start with all of the literal things we think about when we think about a brand. It is the visual mark that signals to us a company that comes along with our different associations that we have about reputation. And then we start getting deeper and deeper into all the extensions of what a brand is and what branding means in culture, as we start getting into thinking about brands as economic objects, as cultural objects, as networks, and as we kind of keep expanding the aperture of what brands mean and do in culture, kind of each week kind of becomes more and more focused on the people that are involved in a brand and less focused on the brand itself as a thing. Everyone is broken into a group at the beginning, and that it becomes your firm. And so you are a miniature faux brand consultancy, and you work with those same 4 to 5 people throughout the whole quarter. So every week when we do case studies, that's the team that you break into to do your case study. And then our final project for the course is a basically whole brand audit, where each group basically gets to come up with the real world client that they wish would come to them with a problem, and their entire project is creating a full report that diagnoses and proposes solutions to the brand challenges that are facing that brand. I think the biggest takeaway that students end up having in this class is realizing just how little of brand management is active management of a brand. You are not a marketing agent in a typical fashion who is responsible for creating media content and sending it out into the world, right? That broadcast way of doing brand management doesn't work anymore. What you instead have to become is basically an anthropologist of your own brand community, and learn how to understand the patterns in and change your relationships to a bunch of constantly evolving communities. And so the major takeaway that students have is, oh, I actually need a lot more understanding of how to be socially intelligent than I have to do about necessarily knowing anything about media, which I think is surprising for students who are entering into something that they think of as being a media-centered career.